Today we are going to talk about tolerance. At the university or anywhere else in the world away from home, you meet people from different communities with different values and preferences. You are faced with culturally sensitive issues that might make your head spin at first. Things like ethnic differences, varying religious beliefs, and sexual orientations are quite common and can be very, very contentious. Then there are other issues like disability and lifestyles that are not as contentious, but still very common. I remember my first semester in university. I was placed in a hostel with 12 roommates. We had Amasai in there, we had Luos, we had Akisi, we had Somalis in the hostels. Our views were different on so many issues. Our behaviors were not the same. We had different religious beliefs, but we still managed to get through the semester peacefully, and even became friends for the rest of our life in campus. When I first went to class, it was a sea of diversity. There was not one person from my neighborhood. I knew no one. It might be different for you. What I am saying is most of your adult life will be about living with people who do not exactly share your values and preferences. In such situations, tolerance is key for your own success and for the progress of the community you live in. Tolerate other people who are different from you. Tolerance is generally defined as the ability to live with people whose opinions and behavior you do not agree with. I'll give you one example of what lack of tolerance might look like. When Idi Amin Dada was president in Uganda, he went out one day to interact with the common citizens in Kampala. He found a group of men playing Ajua in one of the shops. Ajua is a common traditional game in some East African communities, for those who know how to play it or have seen people playing it. He joined these people and was given a spot to play. When word went round that the president was playing Ajua in the streets, and he was actually good at it, people started gathering around and cheering him on. Earlier that year, Amin had chased all Asians out of Uganda, more than 50,000 of them. While people were cheering him on, one popular crippled man pushed his way to where the president was and collapsed at his feet. He started insulting Idi Amin, blaming him for the suffering of the common man. He specifically said that there were no commodities in the shops because Amin had chased away all the Asians. He said Amin could shoot him if he wanted because that was his thing. If you disagree with him, takes a gun, shoots you, you're forgotten. 3 days later, there was an announcement on Uganda's radio that anyone who was lame, blind, had no hands or legs, or felt that they were poor should report to the nearest police station. The government claimed they were going to give them jobs, they were going to give them free food and accommodation in Jinja. Thousands of cripples and disabled people turned up the next morning for this good news. They were all loaded into military trucks and taken to Jinja. When they reached Jinja, they were unloaded into the River Nile, the same way you would unload or pour out sand at a building site. Those who tried to hold on the trucks, they were shot until they fell into the river, where crocodiles were waiting for them. This is a very real and very sad consequence of what lack of tolerance might do to a community. It is essential that you are able to live with people who are different from you. This is a prerequisite to a harmonious living. We cannot build communities and nations without tolerance. One thing I should make clear is that you do not tolerate the people you agree with. Yeah? Those are on your side. Those are your people. You tolerate those whom you do not agree with. The classical definition of tolerance is you recognize and respect other people's beliefs and practices without sharing them. Okay? When you are tolerant, it does not mean that you advocate for the behavior or belief of the other person. It does not mean that you convert to the other side. You do not essentially move away from your own behavior and beliefs. When you are tolerant, it means that you are choosing to treat the other person or the other group with decency and respect. You accord them the basic human rights and freedoms that they deserve for the simple reason that they are human beings. I would like to sign off by saying that while ideas and opinions might mean different things to different people, people themselves should just be people to different people. Debating and arguing with people about their ideas and opinions is encouraged for a progressive society. But disrespecting people and treating them as less than human because of their ideas and opinions is not acceptable. It is intolerant and it is wrong. If you have any questions or ideas about tolerance that you would like to add onto the discussion, feel free to post them on the comment section below and we will engage further. I've also included a link on the description to a TED Talk by Andy, who takes this conversation a little bit further and stops talking about tolerance and starts talking about acceptance and celebrating diversity.